Okay, well, thank you very much. Ito po, si Nico Fabian. Once again, I would like to greet each and every one of us. Salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam po kung nasaan man kayo po, no? Especially mga overseas Filipino workers sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo. And of course, huwag natin kalimutan na ang mga Filipinos dito po sa lugar namin, ang Malaysia. Particularly dito po sa Sabah and very specific dito po sa Kota Kinabalu City, the only city in Sabah po. And of course, we are promoting ang Sabah po. We are promoting ecotourism. Kung may chance kayo po, come and visit dito sa Sabah dahil maganda po. If you want to see mga orangutan dito po, we have Orangutan Rehabilitation Center. And if you want to experience and see the majestic view of the tallest mountain in Southeast Asia, you can come here and see ang Mount Kinabalu. Punta kayo po sa National Park, Kota Kinabalu or Kinabalu National Park po. Maganda ang lugar po. And if you want for scuba diving, mayroon din tayo dito po lugar which we call Sempurna. And you can do ang scuba diving or snorkeling po dyan sa lugar na yan because it is one of the, I think, one of the 3 top diving spot worldwide po sa mundo. Maganda po, ang mga tao dito are friendly, wala tayong problema sa pagdating sa mga pagkain. We don't have a problem if you're a Muslim. Well respected dito po ang mga Muslim brothers and sisters natin. That includes ang food, no? And kung Kristiyano kayo po, you want to eat pork, wala din tayong problema sa pagkain po because everybody respect each and everyone's religion po. This is a multi-racial country, ang Malaysia po. And in terms of communications po, you don't have to worry, mga Filipinos, because it's easy to communicate. Ang mga tao dito po, because karamihan, if not, I notice some of the Tagalog words po, no? We are also using dito po sa Malay language. So wala tayong problema po. People are friendly. The place is beautiful, worthwhile visiting po. Kaya nga I'm inviting each and every one of us, kung may mga plano man tayo magpunta dito po, huwag natin kalimutan to make Sabah as one of your holiday destinations. Kumusta mga kaibigan, kababayan at kapatid ko po dyan sa Pilipinas? Magandang araw sa inyong lahat po. Today is Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. Tomorrow is already Saturday, no? And Saturday, Sunday is non-working day para sa atin po. So relax tayo. Anyway, punta na tayo po sa topic dito. The reason why I come up with blogging because since last night, no, I received a lot of messages coming from not only Filipinos dito po sa Malaysia or dito po sa Sabah, but also calls and messages coming from our friends dyan po sa Pilipinas, relatives and friends dyan po sa Pilipinas asking, Sir, ano na ba ang latest update sa tungkol dyan po sa Senado? Sa Senado. As what I suppose you already heard na yesterday, mayroon po ang Blue Ribbon Committee hearing po. Yung grupo ni Senator or Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, and it was attended by I saw ang presence of Senator Rodante Marcoleta who chaired po ang Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. And subcommittee hearing, nakita ka po ang presensya, the presence of Senator Pia Cayetano, who is the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, dyan po sa grupo ni Senate President Cayetano. I saw the presence of Senator Amy Marcos. I also saw the presence of Senator Ruben Padilla. Although there was a little commotion earlier in the morning because Secretary John Vic Revulla tried to prevent together with the police authorities po dyan po sa Senate premises to prevent the entry of this invited guests or resource persons po during the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing ang 18 Marine soldiers, no? But dumating si Senator Pia Cayetano as well as si Ruben or Senator Ruben Padilla, and the 18 soldiers were managed to get inside the session hall, no? Session hall po, and then nag-umpisa na sila po ang hearing. Although don't be surprised if what happened or transpired during the hearing yesterday, it will not be sabihin natin na put in the record sa Senate record po, because it was not properly or properly recorded po. Walang stenography, walang ng secretary. But many Filipinos are saying hindi valid but what we want to know is what we want to hear is the statement made or to be made by mga allegations galing sa mga 18 soldiers po, because it has been a long time already. The many Filipinos would like to hear ang mga claims ng 18 soldiers, and it only happened yesterday po. It only happened yesterday. So mayroon tayo dito po a video clip, and I'm going to share with you po, after which I'm going to sabihin natin give some details po. Or anyway, let me read you first itong news article published dyan po sa Pilipinas, sa mga legitimate media outlet po or newspaper and radio and TV newscast po, no? Lumabas na ito po, and for your information, let me read you itong sabihin natin mga denials ng mga sabihin natin lawmakers natin tungkol sa claim ng 18 soldiers, no? 18 soldiers. Siguro mamaya na lang ito. Let me share with you first ang video clip. During the hearing, si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano questioned, no? Ang mga resource persons nila po, and a portion of it po I'm going to share with you now is that Senator Cayetano asked itong resource person, mga sundalo po, na narinig siya ang pangalan o na he read in the affidavit of these 18 soldiers names of lawmakers po, no? Who received suitcases full of cash, money, and yung mga maleta po, mga maleta. So nandito po, and si SP Cayetano asked them to say something on their allegations po. Nandito, let's share with you itong sabihin natin video clip that I have prepared para sa ating lahat po, no? Para sa ating lahat. In the meantime, okay, nandito po. I'm preparing these things para sa ating lahat so that you will have an idea. These are all allegations, These are all allegations. Ibig sabihin po, it has yet to be proven or with evidences po beyond reasonable doubt po, no? Kailangan may ebidensya itong mga claims or allegations of these 18 soldiers. Kaya nga, it is very important, no? Sigaw ng mga Filipinos po, it is very important na nag-umpisa na tayo ang hearing. So there must be a continuity of the hearing so that we will know the truth po, no? This time around, you can see sides. Itong side pa lang ito po ng mga 18 soldiers, ang allegations nila. And mayroon na po mga reaction coming from the lawmakers. But kailangan po tuloy ang sabihin natin investigation. During the investigation po, before it was suspended, it was not adjourned. It was suspended. Si Senator Rodante Marcoleta suspended the hearing after 4 hours, and they will inform the next hearing po as soon as they made a decision of the date po. So, okay, ito muna po. Let's watch and listen to this video clip po.
Sige, sir. Yung time na yan, Your Honor, advance team kami, Your Honor. tayo sa area kasi advise na kami ng team leader namin na mag-proceed na sa building ni Tito Soto sa Baclaran. So, after lunch, nandun na po kami aboard. Ngayon, nag-antay na dumating sila ni Postalde. Pero na dumating sila, ngayon, na okay na yung area, narigo na namin. Pagdating nila, ako nag-guide po doon sa baba. Parang may basement sa gilid po. And dumiretso yung limo ni boss, umipot. Tapos nag-drop off. Tapos makyat sa hagdanan, Your Honor. At tapos may elevator. Kasama niya po si Mark, saka si Paul, saka yung iso niya po niya si Police Major Dichoso po. At tapos noon, pasakay siya sa elevator, pagbukas ng elevator, may nagsalubong po doon. Sumakay sila. Tapos yung maliit po na dala po namin, dala po ng mga kasama po, pulak-pulak po nila yung dalawa, hinabol ko yung dalawa, at sinambay po sa elevator. Tapos yung the rest pa na ibang malita, hindi po nakahabol. Nauna na po, sa taas po. Paano dineliver nyo? Pera? Pera po. Alam mo magkano? Large po, malaki. Ang large usually ang laman ay 40 to 70. So ilan ang dineliver? 40 to 70 po yung... So isang maleta lang? 5 po. 5 maleta? Natin ko 40. Yes, Your Honor. So more or less, kailan to? Yes, Your Honor. More or less, kailan? When? Year 2024 po. Bago campaign period. Yes po. Okay. So, kaya ako ito tinatanong dahil mabigat sa akin to dahil nga pinaniniwala natin yung Blue Ribbon Committee na pinapunta ni Senator Lacson, but everyone knows mag-partner talaga yan si Senator Tito Soto and Senator Lacson, no? Not partners in business but partners in politics, no? And then dun sa susunod na paragraph pero walang pangalan kung sino, nandito din pangalan ni Senator Erwin Tulfo na pinapangalan nilang susunod na chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee kung sila masusunod. Sinong may alam nito? Dito po, sa babagan kita sir doon sa details kay Senator Soto, kay Senator Tulfo.
Ako po, magandang po yan. Ako po yung involved doon kay Senator Erwin Tulfo.
Sir, pangalan tapos pakikwento na lang yung circumstance.
Ako po sir si Bernard Gumban. Bali po, nakapag-deliver po ako doon kay Senator Erwin Tulfo ng 2 pieces. Yung una po, 2 malita, tapos yung pangalawa po, 6.
Ano yung 2 maleta? Anong size?
Maliit na po, small tsaka medium siguro.
Small. Ano ulit naman ng small?
Nasa 20 to 25 sila.
Okay, and then medium?
Yung medium po.
Medium pata yung 20 to 25, no? Tama ba?
Maliit po. Yung small po,
Okay, tapos yung medium?
nasa 40 to 50.
Okay, so ang dineliver mo is from 60 to 70. Okay.
Tapos yung pangalawang beses po, Your Honor, 6 na malita na po.
6 na gano'ng kalaki?
Halo-halo po.
Halo-halo na.
Opo,
So,
Your Honor.
even assuming small plot kung 6 sa 25, at least 150. No, at least. Saan ang first at saan yung second delivery?
Dito na sa may bahay niya po, Your Honor, dito sa Green Hills.
Green Hills. Paano nyo alam na bahay niya yun?
Tinanong ko po si Mark Tiksay. Sabi ko, Boss Mark, kaninong bahay po ba yun? Sabi niya kay Senator Erwin.
So pagdating niya doon, katulad ng kwento doon sa Ilocos, so may sumunod kinuha lang, pinapasok kayo, paano
Bali po, Your Honor, si Mark po, tsaka si Boss Mark, si Mark Tiksay, tsaka yung contact doon sa bahay ni Senator Erwin, sila po yung nag-uusap niyan. Tapos pagdating po doon sa bahay, ibababa po namin yung mga malita, tapos ihalid doon sa loob. Yung nagre-receive na po yung si Boss Mark na po, tsaka yung nagre-receive yung bata.
So hanggang saan ka nakapasok?
Nakapasok po ko doon, yung bahay po may basement eh. Yung hanggang sa ano lang. Pero
Basement,
bababa.
kasama kotse or bababa?
Hindi po, Your Honor, yung malita po,
Yung maleta. So yung kotse sa parking lang kayo?
sa labas lang po sir.
At third lang, nagulat lang ako sa mga pangalan na to. Letter J, Franz Castro. Nasa Progressive Black to at nandito siya nung Martes. Nagsasakit Martes at basta this week nandito siya. Sino may alam nitong kay Franz Castro? Nasa paragraph 43. Tapos Leila de Lima. Tapos may nakalagay dito sa Polo Club na bigay. Sino po dito? Nagugulat lang po ako kasi traditionally ang anti-Marcos, yung progressive groups and yung Dilaw at Pink. Pero recently sa nangyayari sa
Why is so expensive? You need to switch to Wise. Yeah, banks have hidden fees when you send money abroad. That is still ICE.
Dilaw at Pink. Pero recently sa nangyayari sa Senate, Marcos na rin eh. Ba't biglang nandito mga pangalan nila? Again, that doesn't mean this is true. That's why sinong may alam nung kay Leila de Lima at saka kay Franz Castro? Mga kongresista.
Si Franz Castro, Your Honor, laging gamitin niya nila boss sa liko, sa opisina niya doon sa Congress po at saka sa Town House. Then pagkatapos po ng meeting nila, paglabas po, may mga bit-bit na po yan silang mga paper
Pag
bags.
sinabing sila, sino ba usually kasama ni Franz Castro? Not necessarily sa pera sa meeting.
Yung bahay rin yan na Your Honor, yung lagi niya kasama, tatlo yan sila Your Honor, kasama si Raul Manuel at saka yung isa pa, si Franz Castro at saka si Rosas, Your Honor.
How about yung kay Leila de Lima? Sinong?
Si Laila de Lima po, lagi po yan sa Town House. Gamitin ko sila boss. Then, pagkatapos po niyan, ganun din po, may dala-dala na rin po yan. Kuha niyan, Your Honor, Quadcom hearing.
Kailangan nating i-clarify muna, no? Kasi yung pagkabanggit niyo kay Congresswoman Laila de Lima, kasama siya sa mga congressmen ng 19th Congress. Hindi pa siya congresswoman noon eh. Bakit siya kasama rito doon sa listahan ninyo sa paragraph 43?
Yan po yung, siguro po may lapses po kami dyan. Kasi, Your Honor, nung
Napagkamalan niyo sa congresswoman noong panahon na yun.
nung congresswoman, nung panahon na yun, Your Honor, hindi pa po siya kongresista. Iba yung namimit na po kami ni Attorney Baligod, kung congresswoman na po kasi siya, kaya nasama po dyan sa mga congressman po.
Kasi bukod sa kanya, itong tunay na mga congressmen na nilis down nyo sa paragraph 43, babanggitin ko na, salita nyo naman ito eh. Ito yung mga nag-deliver po kami mismo sa bahay ng ilan, sa HOR, at yung iba kinuha nila sa Unit 8 o Unit 9 ng Polo Club Townhouse, Forbes Park. Sila yung mga sumusunod. Benny Abante, Sia Ationg, Jose Alvarez. Dito binabanggit ninyo kung saan kinuha eh. Halimbawa, si Benny Abante, kinuha niya sa House of Representatives saka sa Townhouse. Si Sia Ationg, mga congressman po ito ha. House of Representatives niya kinuha. Jose Alvarez sa Forbes Park House. Jojo Ang, Townhouse. Julien Baronda, Townhouse. Ace Barbers, Townhouse. Ching Bernos, House of Representatives. Arlene Brosas, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Franz Castro, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Joel Chua, House of Representatives. Manix Delipe, House of Representatives. Ito nga, si Laila de Lima, Townhouse din niya kinuha. Dan Fernandez, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Janet Garin, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Dong Gonzales, Townhouse. Jay Konghun, House of Representatives at Townhouse. Jervin Luistro, House of Representatives. Raul Manuel, House of Representatives and
Minsan nag-aabang sila doon. Minsan kami nag-aantay din doon. Doon lang sa Villa Parque. Naka-picture pa.
Townhouse. Ito yung mga bayan group na sinasabi ni Senator ang president kanina eh. Raul Manuel, Franz Castro, Arlene Brosas. Ito yung mga bayan black. Na kapag nagsasalita sila sa House of Representatives, matagal ko silang nakasama roon eh. Wala nang ginawang mabuti ang gobyerno. Palagi sila na lang ang mabuti. Na parang sila ay ngayon pala eh, hindi ko sinasabing totoo lahat ito, kaya kayo nandito para patibayan ninyo, para tindigan ninyo na totoo lahat ang sinabi nyo rito. Sandro Marcos, Forbes Park, Paulo Ortega, House of Representatives, Joseph Paduano, House of Representatives, Townhouse, Stella Kimbo, House of Representatives, Townhouse and Residence, J.J. Suarez, House of Representatives, Erwin Tulfo, ayun, Green Hills, House of Representatives. Itong lahat po na binanggit ninyo na mga ngayon ay naglilingkod na miyembro ng House of Representatives, yung iba naman ay wala na, kailangan matibayan natin sa magitan ng inyong individual o sama-samang paglalahad ng salapi. Na kailangan natin mapatunayan niya. Sino gusto magsimula? Kailangan mapatibayan natin lang.
Alright, yun po, narinig natin ang mga allegations made by the 18 soldiers, Marine soldiers po, no? Sila po, yun mga escort driver ni former Congressman Saldico, who is really involved dyan po sa flood control project scandal. Scandal po. These are all allegations, no? Let me be very clear, these are all allegations and they have to show proof ang mga ebidensya po. Mga ebidensya against itong mga allegations nila sa mga lawmakers natin dyan po sa Pilipinas. And ngayon nakita natin, narinig natin ang mga allegations. And yun talaga po, gusto ang karamihan ng mga Filipinos, a lot of Filipinos would like to know or hear from the 18 soldiers po. Finally, they came out, may hearing tayo po, but it is not being recognized by the new Senate President pro tempore, si Sherwin Gatchalian po. It is most likely it will not be recorded sa Senado. But anyway, ang importante dyan po, what the Filipinos wants, ang purpose naman ng grupo ni Senate President Cayetano is to let the people know, no, here ano mga allegations ni ng 18 soldiers po, no? And kayo na bahala, kayo na bahala po to make your own judgment, your own decision or assess them whether meron ba katotohanan na what they are saying or it has or these are all lies, no? As claimed by many lawmakers po involved or mentioned ang mga pangalan nila po, no? Ang mga pangalan nila during the hearing yesterday. So punta naman tayo po sa yon na sabi ko po, yon mga reaction ng mga lawmakers natin po. Mayroon tayong dito balita, Soto, Tulfo, lawmakers deny cash-filled suitcases claimed by 18 ex-Marines. Nandito po, let me read you this news article. Lawmakers accused by the 18 alleged former Marines of receiving maleta filled with cash during a Blue Ribbon Committee hearing led by Senator Rodante Marcoleta kahapon po, yesterday, June 4, denied the allegations. Senator Tito Soto refuted claim of alleged former Marine Bernard Tube, who said she or he delivered cash-filled suitcases to Soto's building in Baclaran. Tube added that the suitcases were received by the senator's assistant, a certain Mark. OMG, sabi ni Senator Soto, OMG, I have said that before. I will not dignify such claim because I was not a senator from 2022 to 2025. They said the executive assistant who supposedly received the money was named Mark, a certain Mark. And Mark died in 2015. For goodness sake, sabi ni Soto. Another alleged former Marine, si Bernard Gumban, also claimed that he delivered a total of 6 suitcases of cash to Senator Erwin Tulfo's residence in Green Hills. Ito po, sabi ni Erwin Tulfo, the accusations made by Bernard Gumban, one of the alleged 18 former Marines, during the bogus Blue Ribbon hearing are lies. There are so many falsehood that he himself appears confused, sabi ni Erwin Tulfo. Members of the House of Representatives who were mentioned by the alleged former Marines also denied the accusations. Bicol Soro Representative Terry Ridon also mentioned dismissed former Marine Jolie Cadiao's testimony as false and denied ever receiving a suitcase of cash. Sabi niya po, kasinungalingan ang testimony ni Jolie Cadiao. Walang maleta na i-deliver sa akin sa kahit anumang panahon o sa kahit saan mang lugar, sabi ni Ridon. ML Party List Representative Laila De Lima, who had previously filed libel and perjury complaints against the alleged former Marines, again denied the allegation. Sabi niya, I repeat, whether in a suitcase, paper bag, or anything else, I did not receive any money. It is not surprising that their stories and accusations against me are inconsistent because they are fabricated lies that were merely repeated during the questionable Senate hearing. The 18 alleged former Marines, along with their lawyer, si Levy Baligud, served as resource persons during the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing attended by the bloc led by Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Yon po, no? So, they denied ito mga allegations ng 18 Marine soldiers po, 18 Marine soldiers. During they describe, ang mga lawmakers, they describe itong hearing yesterday as a bogus hearing. Bogus hearing po, no? So, I just leave it to the public, no? Kayo po, no? You make your decision po, no? Kung totoo ba ito mga allegation or hindi po, no? Or hindi. This, karamihan ng mga Filipinos dito sa Malaysia, particularly sa Sabah, they are now satisfied, no? Na at long last, they heard ang side ng 18 Marine soldiers po, no? Because they've been waiting, waiting for too long, months already po, for the resumption of the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing under the chairmanship of Senator, former chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Ping Lacson, but it did not happen po, and it did not happen. No, it did not happen po. So, only kahapon po, nakaroon ng hearing. And mayroon na naman po, no? Earlier, I was made to understand, nag-announce si ang newly elected Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman, Erwin Tulfo, na mag-resume daw sila ang sabihin natin, Blue Ribbon Committee on Monday, June 8. But mayroon din lumabas sa news, legit newspaper, no? Newspaper dyan po sa Pilipinas, saying that nag-announce din si Senator Erwin Tulfo na postpone ang scheduled June 8 hearing on Monday po ng Blue Ribbon Committee to a later date, of which they are going to announce once they are or they already identified ang specific date of the hearing. So ano ba yun ang totoo dyan? June 8, tuloy ba or hindi? Or hindi po, no? So ganito pa din ang problema dyan po sa Senado. Ang dalawa tayong Senate President pro tem or pro tempore elected si Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, and ang who claim until now that he is the lawful, rightful Senate President, si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Let's see how they're going to solve this problem. Kailangan pa ba ito magdating sa Supreme Court po for the Supreme Court to make the decision or hindi po? Depende. But we were also made to understand that may plano din si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos to call for a special meeting po, no? A special meeting with all the parties concerned po to address the problem. And according to Senator Loren Legarda, as well as Senator Pia Cayetano, including si Senator Senate President Cayetano, na okay lang din sa kanila. They are more than willing to attend ang special executive or special meeting to be called by President Ferdinand Marcos regarding this issue po. And yesterday, during the, sabihin natin, a hearing, tumawag din or nag-announce din si SP Cayetano na mayroon din po announcement made by NBI Director si Attorney Melvin Matibag na binayaran daw po ng 5 million si former Congressman Mike Defensor sa mga 18 soldiers po, no? 18 soldiers to come out with their allegations po or claims against ito mga lawmakers. But during the hearing, lahat, if not all of the 18 soldiers denied itong announcement made by NBI director. NBI director. In fact, si SP Cayetano during the hearing, he also invited si NBI director to come to the hearing and clarify things po with the 18 soldiers, but it did not happen po. Sabi naman ni NBI director that he will wait for the Suprema for him to show up sa hearing and clarify itong issue of 5 million pesos given. Hindi each, he did not mention each, but 5 million pesos for the 18 soldiers po, or for 18 soldiers. So yun po. That's the latest. And of course, after the hearing, late din dumating si former governor of Palawan and now Congressman Jose Alvarez ng Palawan po to clarify or to deny ang allegation made by made by the 18 Marine soldiers po that he received maleta po. He received maleta from or na-deliver daw po maleta sa kanya ang mga sundalo po. Let's watch and listen to this statement made by former governor of Palawan and now congressman of Palawan, si Congressman Jose Alvarez po. Okay, nandito po. Let's watch and listen to this. Hold on, sandali po. Okay. Okay, nandito. Let's watch and listen to this. Sandali lang po. Okay. Alright.
Sa Facebook na dito yung mga sundalo, sana naabutan ko dahil wala namang masama na mag-usap. Tatanungin ko lang sana kung sa akin ba nila binigay yung malita. Yung pagbanggit na pangalan ko, kawawa naman yung pamilya ko. Senator Marcolita, alam naman nila, papasukin nila ako. I vehemently deny that meron po ako natanggap. Wala akong utang si Saldi ko sa akin. Wala din akong utang sa kanya. At wala kaming transaksyon na maaari ko siyang bigyan o maaari niya ako bigyan ng pera. Umalis na si Atty. Rondain. Nauna nang umalis. Kausap ko siya isang araw. Pakiusap ko sa kanya, kumuha ka lang ng isang note kay Saldi, kung makausap mo siya, na wala si Saldi pera lang malita sa akin. Yan lang po, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi totoo yung mga sinasabi ng mga Marines, no? Ang akin lang na ako, wala akong tinanggap personally for me. Dahil, modesty aside, ganito lang po ang buhay ko, hindi naman ako naghahangad ng malita-malitang pera. Ganun lang po. Sek, maraming salamat. Baka pwede sila magtanong.
Okay, yan po. Vehemently denied si Congressman Jose Alvarez po, na? Sa allegation or claim made by the 18 soldiers that he received. He received suitcases full of cash, given to him by former Congressman Saldico po. And for the friends, mga friends natin dito, because si Congressman Jose Alvarez po, no, is also known dito po sa Sabah. Dami din siya mga Malaysian friends ang congressman dito sa Sabah, especially dito sa Kota Kinabalu, because from time to time he has been trying to help Sabah uplift ang developments sa state po, and at the same time level up ang developments dyan po sa lugar niya sa Palawan po, no? So, klarong-klaro po to our Malaysian friends who also heard about the allegation po, narinig na natin po that Congressman Alvarez denied the allegation po. And, okay, before I'm going to conclude itong sabihin natin, ang episode natin ngayon po, siguro let me share with you another video clip, no? Kung bakit lumabas talaga po ang mga sabihin natin mga sundalo po. I don't know if this is the one. Okay, ito po, after the hearing, mayroon press conference si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Let's watch and listen itong press conference niya po. A statement made by him during the press conference yesterday po.
People close to me said a lot of things last night at ang sabi ko, alam nyo lang ang pinagdadaanan ng bawat senador. Alam mo ang pinakamabigat sa akin, I'm just human, but pinakamabigat sa akin, pag lalaki umiyak. Kasi lalaki din ako eh. Sa buong buhay ko, twice ko lang nakita umiyak dad ko. Nung EDSA Revolution and then one more time. Dalawang beses ko lang nakita umiyak ang dad ko. Nung nag-pass away dad ko, yung minuto na nag-pass away siya, lalabas yung duha sa mata ko, sinabihan ako ng uncle ko, you're the man of the house, you have to take charge. Kumbaga, hindi ka pwedeng umiyak. So nakita ko yung kapwa senator na umiiyak, na may kaso sila, na hindi sila guilty, pero pinipilit silang sumunod. Mabigat sa akin yun. So hindi ko isa-isayin kung sino-sino yung mga yun. Yung isang binanggit ko nga kanina, walang kaso. Pero takot na mabanggit ni Senator Lacson. That's the reality we're doing now. So I ask all of you, akala ko ba, sabi nyo, ang gusto nyo mga senador, Salonga, Tanyada, Recto, Miriam Defensor Santiago, okay, then help us. Because that's not what is happening now. Diba? Para kaming grupo ng konsehalo ng mga barangay kagawad na tinatakot ng sigang mayor. That's what's happening in the Senate now. You may disagree with me, you might not like me, but you know in your heart I am telling you the truth.
Alright, yan po ang statement made by Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. So I will leave it to all of you. Ang mga viewers ko dito po sa Nick Talk, Daria Talk with Nico po, anong mga opinion ninyo? Anong assessment ninyo po, what I'm trying to do is just to share with you po. What are the things that is happening dyan po sa Pilipinas po. So at least, bilang isang Pilipino po, you deserve to know what is happening in the Philippines. Especially tayo, mga overseas Filipino workers. Especially we, overseas Filipino workers who are outside the country, and we are helping the country in terms of remitting regularly money back home. Back home po. No? Whether we like it or not po, overseas Filipino workers play a vital role also po, no? In helping the economy of the Philippines po through our remittances, regular remittances po. No? Kaya nga, this is the reason why I am sharing or updating sa inyong lahat po, sa ating lahat, what is happening dyan po sa Pilipinas. Sa Pilipinas po. Walang sabihin natin na agenda tayo dito po. We are not supporting itong camp or itong camp po, no? But what I'm trying to do is showing sa inyong lahat po ano talaga ang sitwasyon sa Pilipinas. We leave it to you. We leave it to you. And I'm only praying, kami dito po sa Malaysia, sa Sabah po, we are praying na matapos na ito po, problema sa Pilipinas po. Para at least we can move forward na po. Grabe na ang sitwasyon ng mga Filipinos po. Ang daily lives natin po being affected po. Ang reputation, hindi lang ng Pilipinas po, but ang mga reputation, ang image on every Filipinos, especially those outside working in the country po, outside the country, working in other places po, no? Sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo po, we are also being affected po ang image namin as a Filipino. So, siguro hanggang dito na lang muna ang programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Today is Friday, June 5th. Thanks God it's Friday. Kung mayroon man po tayo mga latest updates, I will continue to monitor ang mga developments dyan po sa Pilipinas po. And should there be any sabihin natin breaking news, I will make sure that you will be, kayo lahat mga followers ko po dito sa Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, you will be properly informed po. Informed. So, I hope you will enjoy ang weekend natin, Saturday and Sunday po. Huwag natin kalimutan po ang mga obligasyon natin, religious obligations during the weekend. And find time din po to be with your family po. To be with your family. Let's all pray for peace on earth po. Sana ang mundo natin po, especially ang nation natin po, no? Will enjoy orderliness and run our nation smoothly, ang mga leaders natin po, no? And I don't know, I hope na matapos na itong problema natin, ang political crisis that we are facing in the Philippines. So with this, once again, si Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Hidup Malaysia, Sama Mole, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. God, please help the entire universe. Bye! I love you and I'll see you in my next episode. You take care.